Hi guys, I got a lot of comments on wanting a tutorial made of this tote bag I made for my daughter. So I decided I would give it a go. First, I'm going to show you how to make the popcorn square. You'll need 6 total squares, but 5 like this and 1 like this. And this is from one of Teresa's tutorials. So I'll refer to you to her tutorial so that you can make the flower, and then I'll show you how to make it into a square. First off though, I'm going to show you how to make the popcorn square. Okay, you're going to need 3 different colors. I've got peach, kind of orange colors. Let's see if I can adjust this. It might be a bit bright. Okay, so you need a 5mm hook or a size H hook in the US. Yep, size H. Okay, so you take any of the colors because you're going to have to make a variation of all 3 colors. So first off, I need you to make your loop. For the center of the square, chain 3 and then slip stitch into the beginning chain to make the loop. I think it may be a bit bright. You can't see me here. Let me try to adjust my light. Okay, hopefully you can see me better now. Okay, what you need to do is chain 3, and then in the circle here that you made originally, you need to double crochet. Now you've got 2 stitches. Let me zoom in here. Okay, and you need a total of 12. So keep double crocheting in the center loop until you've got 12 double crochets, and the chain 3 counts as one of the stitches. So I got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And slip stitch in the top of the chain 3 space. Chain 1, and then cut the yarn. That's your center. Now you need to change colors. The next color I'm going to use will be white. Okay, just slip stitch to connect your yarn into the last space that you slip stitched in to close it. And chain 3. And this will be your first popcorn stitch. So you want to double crochet 4 more times in that same space that you connected your yarn. 3, 4, and 5. Still think this light is a bit much. Let's see what it's like without it. It's hard to see the white, I guess. Okay, and if you've ever done one of Teresa's videos, you know you have to flip your work around and slip stitch into the top of the chain 3. And chain 2. And that's your first popcorn stitch. you need to make a total of 12 popcorn stitches. So in the next stitch, double crochet 5. And again, flip your work over, slip stitch in the top of the first stitch to make the popcorn, and chain 2. And then continue to do that all the way around. And I'll see you back here in a second. Okay, I just finished my last popcorn stitch on the first or second row. And where I join, see here, where it's basically the curve of the popcorn stitch that you slip stitched here. So in the center of that, slip stitch. Chain 1, cut your yarn, and switch colors. For the third row, you're going to be making popcorn stitches. Same, 12 of them. Go ahead and fasten your yarn in the place where you ended the last round. Slip stitch to join your color, chain 3, and then double crochet 4 times in this stitch. Turn it around, slip stitch, chain 2. Again, see if I can get a little closer here just to make sure you can see where I'm. Again, see, this is where you slip stitched in the last round to make the popcorn. Just go into the center. Double crochet 5 times into that center. Chain 2, and these little strings that you're not able to work in, just go ahead and cut them because you don't want any of those strings sticking out. Continue doing this all the way around for a total of 12 popcorn stitches, and I'll meet you back here in a minute. Okay, I just finished the last popcorn on this third row, and you want to slip stitch in the same area that you were working in the previous row, in the center of the popcorn. Just slip stitch, chain 1, and cut your yarn. I'm using 3 colors, so I'm back to the darker color in the middle. Now we have to turn our circle into a square. Okay, I like to work my strings in as I go along, so I'm going to connect here, but you can connect anywhere, any of the chain 2 spaces from the previous row. Connect into any of them. Slip stitch to connect the yarn, chain 3, and then double crochet twice in this space. So you got 3 stitches. Then in the next chain 2 space, double crochet 3 times. I might go ahead and cut my strings here. There we go. Okay, and then to the next chain 2 space, chain 3. Double crochet 3. And then you want to chain 2. This is a corner increase. And then double crochet 3 more times. And then the next chain 2 space, double crochet 3 times. Next chain 2 space, double crochet 3 times. And next chain 2 space is an increase, double crochet 3 times, chain 2, and then double crochet 3 times. And you continue that around. You have 2 sets of double crochets, and then you'll do a corner. So next 2 spaces, do 3 double crochets, 3 double crochets, then the third 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets until you get to the end, and I'll meet you back here. Okay, I'm at the end. You need to slip stitch into the beginning top chain 3 space where you started, chain 1, and cut your yarn. Now we need to change colors to white. Okay, for this one, it may be easier for you to start here at the very end. We're going to be doing cross stitches, and you need cross stitches are worked within 2 stitches. So to make sure that you have the last 2 stitches before a corner, let's just start there so that we know that we're good. So the idea is to work one here, and then you'll reverse and finish it. So we need to slip stitch to connect our yarn. Where the first stitch needs to be. Okay, so chain 3, then double crochet in the previous stitch to make the first cross stitch. Then on a corner, every time you get to a corner, you want to chain 2. So chain 2, and then this is the corner, and these are our next 2 stitches. This is a corner, this is my next stitch, and then this one. Just make sure you have 3 stitches that need to be worked here. And skip the first one, go to the second, and double crochet, and then back up and double crochet into the previous stitch that you skipped. And just continue that around all the way. And when you reach a corner, you need to chain 2 and continue around. I'm seeing that white is a little difficult to see on camera. Then here I am on a corner. Somehow it seems like I missed a stitch. If you get to the corner and you're off one, then you know that you messed up somewhere. Might have count. You need even, so you can start from the corner. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, so I should have started here and not here. And you can do that every time you start a side, so that you don't make the mistake I just did. But it's good when I make mistakes here, because then I can show you what I did wrong. Okay, I'm at the corner, chain 2, and then count your stitches. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So my first stitch is here, and that's the skip stitch. Double crochet in there, and then double crochet into the skipped stitch, completing the cross stitch. And continue doing that all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. Okay, I'm at the very end of the row. Slip stitch into the beginning chain 3, chain 1, and cut off your yarn. Now you should have 6 cross stitches on each side, because you had 12 stitches on each side and you worked in sets of 2, leaving you 6 cross stitches on each side. And for the last round of this, I'll change colors here. The last row is single crochets. Basically all you want to do is single crochet in every stitch, and on the corners you single crochet 3 in each corner. The rest is just single crochet all the way across. Connect your yarn where you left off, slip stitch, and then in that same stitch you just slip stitched in, do your first single crochet. Then single crochet in the next one, and then in the corner do 3 single crochets, and just continue to do that all the way around. And I'll see you when you get to the end. Okay, I'm at the end of my row, and you can leave a string on the end if you would prefer to use a tapestry needle to connect all the squares together. But for the last bag that I made, I single crocheted them together. There's several methods that you can use to connect squares together. And the most toughest way that makes sure that they don't come apart is if you single crochet them together. See, this is where it was single crocheted. It just makes it much stronger. And for this baby bag, it may be a good idea, because if you use it like we do, you're going to get some wear and tear. Okay, the next thing I want to show you, first off, I want to tell you, you need to make 2 of each. Let's see, this one has the dark light, the dark white and the light. I made 2 like this, and the same with this. But this one, the third, either if you want to make this flower, then you can use the same colors for this one. Or if you don't want to use this, just you just want to stick with the popcorn, then just make 2 of each variation, like this. Okay? But if you do want to use the flower like this, then I'm going to put a link to Teresa's tutorial so that you can go and make the flower, and then when you've got it done, come back here and I will show you how to turn this into a square. Okay? So if you want to turn this into a square, see the part 2 of this tutorial.